Very dangerous, as you know, very quickly, and that's exactly what we experienced last night all across our viewing area. Let's get right out to Mo Hyder, who's in Germantown right now. And Mo, how are things looking right there? Because throughout the night, we've been checking in. I know when I came in through Germantown, there were just masses of people standing in the street, in the rain, in their pajamas, holding their animals.
Yeah, you described that fairly accurately, Adam. This is near DB Todd Drive in the north side of town, of course, and it is still very dark out here. A lot of people still don't have power. Tamara, who lives right over here, and also Steve, who's also joining us. Tamara, you came home to this, tree knocked over to your home. Kind of, how was that your reaction?
I'm devastated. I didn't know if I was going to have damage, water damage. I didn't understand what was going to happen, if I was going to be able to move out, open my door, even with the tree in front of the door. It broke my heart. First tornado.
And Steve, you were on your way from Antioch when she told you about this. What kind of went through your mind? Describe what you saw as you were driving here from Antioch.
So as I got the alert tornado warning where I live in Antioch, they kind of passed by Antioch. But she called me on my phone, and she was in a panic and said that there's a whole bunch of stuff happening as far as trees falling down. She said she thought a car was more damaged than what it is, but it's not really damaged like that. But so I immediately came over here as the tornado was going towards Lebanon and all that. So I drove down this way, and then as soon as I get in the neighborhood, there's a whole bunch of trees down. So it took me about an hour to try to find some way to get around. But I had to get out the car and move some heavy trees out the way in order to get through. In order to get here, a lot of people were standing in the streets. It was devastating. You know what I'm saying? I pray for everybody and their families, because this is a devastating situation for North Nashville, and hopefully the recovery will be speedy enough, for everybody to get back to their lives and stuff like that. But yeah, it's very tragic. Never seen nothing like this before in Nashville.
Tamara, you're from LA. You've only been here for about a year. This is the first time you experienced something like this. Can you kind of chime in on that?
Well, it woke me up out of my sleep. I heard the rumbling. I heard everything hitting the door and the windows. My doorbell started going off. I think it knocked the doorbell off. It shook me up, but not as bad as an earthquake, but it shook me up coming from California. But now every time I hear thunder and lightning, I'm liable to have a flashback, but that's okay,
Yeah, we're thankful you guys are okay. I know that unfortunately there is no power, and Steve mentioned about the trees that are blocking a lot of the roadways here and the driveways. We're going to show you, just walk down over here with me. It is very difficult for a lot of these people who live in this neighborhood to get out. Again, this is Knoll Street here in North Nashville. You can see this whole street in front of me. You cannot walk through. You cannot drive out of it. When people are going to try to leave in the morning, they're going to have a very difficult time doing so. Clearly, they can't. And you can see crews are going to have a very difficult time about removing a lot of this rubble, especially in the driveway and the street. And if you look up over here at that house, you can see a huge patch is gone now because a tree literally just fell into it. Even some of these tree branches even have uprooted. Some even snapped in half. And you look over here to my direction over here, you can see another tree even snapped in half, knocking and fell onto this roof to the left of this home that we just spoke to, next to Steve and Tamara. This home also suffering significant damage. What makes matters worse, though, there is no power, also very dark here. Again, making for a very rough morning for a lot of people living in this area. But thing is, at least a couple that we spoke with, they're okay. We'll send things over back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Mo, thanks so much. And just to recap for you, some of our hardest hit areas seem to be really in a line from west to east, a little bit north of I-40. So we were hearing over at the John Tune Airport on the west side of town, extensive damage there. Then over